We are all going to die. I thought I'd start today with something very cheerful to brighten it up a bit. We are all going to die. And 12 years ago, this thought went through my mind. I was skidding down a mountain road in Malawi in Africa. The brakes in my car didn't work. I'd run out of fuel. A lorry was coming towards me, and it wasn't going to slow down. I swerved out the way, pulled on the handbrake, and suddenly found myself on a cliff edge. My name is Damian, and the title of my talk is Finding Your Inner Creativity Through Gratitude and Hunger. As you probably realise, I didn't die 12 years ago, and nor did the passengers in my car. I'm alive today, but the thought of dying actually made me leap out of my comfort zone and made me have a great gratitude and a hunger for life. I'm not here today to suggest to you need to become creative. I believe that every single person here is creative deep down, and we need to find our own inner creativity. And I think, as other people said before, there are different ways of being creative. I used to think of creative people as being entertainers. So people like comedians or dancers. I actually did stand-up comedy once. I didn't give up my day job. I also had a dancing career once. It lasted about 15 minutes. I was in a club in Shanghai, and I danced so badly, I received a round of applause, as people thought it was a comedy act. What was even better, someone bought me a round of drinks to thank me for entertaining them. So my own creativity has nothing to do with dancing or entertaining, and my modelling career hasn't even started. But in terms of creativity, what I've done, I've created a business. So a business aimed at creating value for companies and creating opportunities for people. But in addition to that, I think that more importantly, we can all be creative in creating a new life for ourselves. And I'd like to speak to you about both of these things. So why gratitude and hunger? I believe that gratitude and hunger combined can help us find that inner creativity. Gratitude, first of all. What does it mean to be grateful? I think there are 3 levels of gratitude. Number 1 is like responding in gratitude, responsive gratitude. Someone gives you something and you say thank you. Secondly, daily gratitude. Daily gratitude is to take time every single day and think about what you appreciate in life. I do it myself, so first thing I do in the morning is sit down and spend some time in Thanksgiving to appreciate all the good things in my life. I appreciate, first of all, the fact I'm alive. If my parents were in a different mood 47 years ago, I wouldn't be alive today. So the fact I'm alive, I can appreciate that. I can be grateful for the fact I've woken up and still breathing. I appreciate my wife and my 4 amazing children. I appreciate the fact I have a business, doing what I love, connecting people. And I appreciate the fact I live in the best city in Asia. And I love Hong Kong. I also appreciate the fact I work with amazing people. And I get to work with people like Michelle. I get to work with people like Sybil, Den. I get to work with Kate. And I get to work with my wife May as well sometimes. Although fortunately for her, she's not in the office most of the time. And I find that working with these amazing people on a daily basis is something I really appreciate. But somebody said to me, they said to me beforehand, what's your talk going to be about? And I had to look at the slide and it said gratitude. And they said, what's gratitude got to do with creativity? I believe it has a massive impact. And I did some research and found out that a professor in the United States at University of California, Davis, did some research that proved that people who are grateful become happy. So it's not the case that we're happy, therefore we're grateful. It can work the other way around. Do you appreciate your life? Because your gratitude can actually make you happy. And secondly, other researchers in Toronto University did some research and found that people who are happy are more creative. And I think that's really important too. I think that to combine gratitude and hunger gives us both creativity and a focus to turn our creative thoughts into creative action. But I believe there's another level of gratitude too, something I like to call radical gratitude. Gary Vaynerchuk is a businessman, entrepreneur, internet personality. I could go on and on. But Gary Vaynerchuk is someone who influences me a lot. And somebody said to him, "Where do you get your energy from?" And he said, "Gratitude." He said he believes in being grateful 24/7, 365. So for me, I don't let anything get me down. I try and be positive in every situation. 2 days ago, I was going to email Maneka these slides for today. And I suddenly turned on my laptop and realized my laptop had died. So there aren't any slides to show you. But I decided, okay, my computer's died, but I haven't, so I'm still happy. So gratitude is really important. It's really powerful. And we can be grateful every moment of every day. And I believe if we give thanks in all circumstances, good or bad, if we can see not only what's good in life, but also in times of tragedy, in times of bereavement, in times of apparent failure, if we can be grateful and see something we can give thanks for, then our lives can be transformed. I believe that gratitude can give us that creativity, it can give us that positive mindset and make us a lot more cheerful. It's quite funny, a friend of mine once said, "Damian, why are you so cheerful all the time?" And I said, "Why shouldn't I be?" And she said, "Damian, if I'd been through what you've been through in life and messed up as much as you have, I wouldn't be cheerful at all." But actually, through messing up and making mistakes, I've often learned from that. So I found it to be quite positive. And I think gratitude has to be combined with hunger. A hunger, a burning desire to do something different. A great focus on something. The same research that says that a positive mindset can make us creative also says that positive mindset can make us lose focus. So we need to be hungry. Are you hungry? Do you have a burning desire for something? So what makes you hungry? So for me, something I find personally makes me hungry is literally to be hungry and not eat food. I mentioned Gary Vaynerchuk earlier. He will literally go without eating all day because he wants to be focused on what he does. He's so focused on his work, he doesn't eat. People like Chris Martin from Coldplay, he fasts on a regular basis and finds that a lack of food makes him more grateful for food and grateful for life. And that hunger he gains from that combines to give him more creativity. Some of the most innovative entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley love fasting so much they even created an app for it. And so I think Kevin Rose invented an app called Zero that I personally use every day to give myself that hunger and to allow myself to be more focused in what I do. So in terms of hunger, I'm not saying you all have to fast. There are many of you here who, unlike me, don't need to lose weight and you shouldn't fast. And I think that fasting is not what I'm here to talk about, but I'm talking about hunger. What is it you truly desire? What do you want more than anything else in this world? It could be to pass your exams. It could be to invent something. It could be the best person at sports. Or it could even be a new relationship. I'd like to talk to you about something very personal. For most of my adult life, I had a hunger, which I want to share with you today. I have 4 children, and my oldest child, for most of her life, until she was 8 years old, she didn't see me. I was an absent father. I wanted nothing more than to be involved in her life, and it pained me so much I couldn't be more involved. So my greatest hunger was to be involved in her life. I had tried on many occasions and failed to move to Hong Kong. It simply didn't happen. And then one day a friend of mine said to me, he said, "Damian, why do you want to move to Hong Kong?" And I said, "Because of my daughter." And he said, "Are you telling me that you're going to leave behind your parents, your brothers, your sisters, all your friends in the UK, and every single business connection you've ever had, just to one day have a possibility of telling your daughter you love her?" And I said, "Yes." The next year I moved to Hong Kong, and for the last 9 years I've lived in the same city as her. And it's given me great joy that my hunger for her and my gratitude for the fact she exists and is alive has led to me coming over here, and some of the creative actions I had to do to be able to move to Hong Kong and start a new life over here. So people told me I'll be lonely, they told me I'd have no friends, they told me I'd have no business over here. And the fantastic thing about it is, I not only have a relationship with my daughter, I have 4 times as many children now. I have 10 times as many friends, and about 100 times as many business connections. So I think that my gratitude and hunger that enabled me to create a new life in Hong Kong is something that I'm really grateful for. So I'd invite all of you to find your hunger. What is it that drives you? What is it that you can combine with gratitude to take you to the next level? What is it you really want to do? I want to give you a practical example actually about how hunger and gratitude can make a difference creatively. So it was quite funny, a couple of weeks ago, I was trying to work on something, a business proposal. It was about 2 a.m. I mean, I'm always hustling, I'm always working, and it was 2 a.m. and I couldn't think of anything to say or anything to write. So I decided to go to bed because I was absolutely exhausted. And I had a really good sleep for about 5 minutes. One of my children, who's 18 months old, decided that'd be a really good time to jump up and down in our bed. And so she woke me up, and I knew I wasn't going to get back to sleep. So for the next hour, I was marching up and down, singing lullabies, trying to get her to sleep again. And some people might have been slightly annoyed by this, but I was simply filled with gratitude. There's so many men who want nothing more than to be involved in their children's life. And here I am, hugging my daughter. So I was so happy and grateful for this. And amazing, my gratitude for being a dad and my gratitude for having a chance to hold her actually gave me a more creative mindset. And this business idea I couldn't think of at 2 o'clock in the morning. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I suddenly knew all the answers. So I put the proposal together and we ended up winning the business. So I'd certainly recommend gratitude and hunger to all of you. So how about you? I said to you before, what do you hunger for? Are you grateful for what life has to give you? Gratitude comes easy for me because I know what I deserve. I know what I'm entitled to. I'm entitled to nothing. I deserve nothing. Everything I have is a gift to be appreciated with wonder and humility. So I invite you all today to take a decision. Decide what is it you hunger for. Decide to enjoy every moment of life, in good times and in bad. And I believe if you do this, 2 things will come true. We will all find our inner creativity, and we will all become fully alive. Thank you.